Today, we'll be looking at effective study strategies for optometry students. These strategies would work for every optometry student, irrespective of your level. If you're in 100 level, 500 level, 600 level, preparing for your clinical examinations, these study strategies would work for you. And trust me, these are strategies, or these are tips I wish someone told me in my first year and second year in the optometry school. So I learned these strategies on my own in my 300 level, and over time, I've actually learned more. The first tip is for you to make sure you attend lectures. Try not to skip any lecture at all. And during the lectures, as your lecturer is talking, try to take notes. This is very key. Try to take notes, because your lecturer may teach something in class or may mention something in class, and you wouldn't see that in the lecture material your lecturer would provide. Okay, so that is why it's important you take these notes down. Then when you finish your lectures, there are some terms your lecturer might have used in the class or some terminologies that you may not understand. Go back to your resources like textbooks, online materials, or online videos like the one you're watching right now. So you go back and then you try to understand those concepts. If you still do not understand, try to meet your peers, your classmates, for more clarification. And if you still do not understand, you approach your lecturers or your professors in your department. This is key number one. Number two, ensure you study every single day. Yes, every single day. I have noticed that some optometry students wait till its exam before they begin to study. When you do that, you're going to be swamped, because in optometry there's actually a lot to read, but there is limited time. So if you attend lectures every day, go back in the evening to study everything that was taught, and try to look at your materials every single day, because when you do this, you are transferring this information from short-term memory to long-term memory. So tip number two, ensure you study every single day. Tip number three, develop flashcards for your learning. Try to use diagrams for your learning. For instance, you are studying about the anatomy of the eye. You make sure you use diagrams. Don't just look at the diagrams, because sometimes you look at these diagrams and they seem so simple and you think, oh, you've committed it to your memory. No, try to draw it on your own, right? If you have to use mnemonics, that will work very well. What are some of the examples of mnemonics? Let me give an example. For instance, you're studying about the extraocular muscles and their innervations. You use the LR6SO4O3, which means the cranial nerve 6 supplies the lateral rectus muscle, the cranial nerve 4 supplies the superior oblique muscle, and the cranial nerve 3 supplies others. So this is an example of a mnemonic. So you can create yours by yourself. You can find some online. So mnemonics will work. Developing flashcards would work. Using diagrams would work. So focus on understanding and not just memorizing. You may memorize a concept, and then when the questions come out in an exam in another form, you get confused. So that is why you need to understand the concept and don't memorize, right? Because in an exam, you may not get direct questions, or you may not get straightforward questions. The questions may come in case study format. So if you don't understand the concept, you can't approach your questions correctly. Another thing is, before I forget to mention this, during your exam, try to use the keywords. Yes, the keywords. You may be defining a concept and you're not using the keywords. You're not going to get your full marks. All right. So when your lecturer is teaching, or when you're looking at the materials, or when you're reading, try to understand the keywords. I'm going to make another video where I'll be talking about how to answer exam questions. Okay, so let me stop there for now. but understand that you need to use keywords. Practice with exam questions that you may find online or in your textbooks. And when you answer those questions, don't just focus on knowing the answer just in case you fail anyone. If you fail anyone, you need to understand why you failed it. You need to understand why a particular answer is correct. All right. So when you do it this way and the question comes out in your exam in another form, you are able to tackle it squarely. The next is time management. You need to develop your study timetable, and when you develop your study timetable, try to manage your time properly. Talking about time management, there's something that I would recommend, the Pomodoro technique also, where you study for 25 minutes, take a 5 minutes break. When you do 4 sessions of 25 minutes study, you take a longer break. This would help you to be disciplined. This will help you to stay focused. And of course, when you are studying, try to turn off your digital devices, because if your digital device is near you, you're going to be distracted. You're not going to concentrate. You're studying and then a WhatsApp message comes in. You feel like you want to respond to that WhatsApp message and then return to your study. From there, you go to Instagram. From Instagram, you go to various social media platforms. Okay. So I'd advise you put your phone on silent or you turn it off and dedicate this time to effective study. Remember, the goal is to graduate not just with good grades, but to become a better optometrist. The next is to take care of your health and your mental well-being. Because of how rigorous optometry school is, you may forget to take care of your health, you may forget to take care of your mental well-being. So put all these things into consideration. Try to find time to relax, eat well, take your supplements, right? So I wish you all the best in your journey in the optometry school. So thanks for watching. Good luck in your studies. I'm rooting for you.